At first, I thought my cat was just being weird. Every morning, he left random gifts at my door leaves socks, candy wrappers, even a hot dog once. But one morning, he dropped a shiny gold ring on my bed, and that's when everything changed. It all started with a stray orange cat named Pickles. Nobody knew where he came from. One rainy evening, he simply appeared outside our house, sitting beside our dog Max, like they had known each other forever. Max was a big, fluffy golden retriever who loved absolutely everyone. So when he started wagging his tail, we knew Pickles had already chosen us. At first, Pickles was shy. He stayed near the gate, ate quietly, and disappeared every night before bedtime. But every morning, he came back, and somehow Max always knew exactly when Pickles arrived. The moment Pickles jumped over the fence, Max would sprint toward the door. The two quickly became inseparable. They slept together, played together, shared food together, and honestly, Pickles started acting less like a cat and more like Max. But then the strange gifts started appearing. One morning I opened the front door and found a dry leaf sitting perfectly in the center of the doormat. Beside it sat Pickles, proud, tail raised high. I laughed and threw the leaf away. The next day, a small stick. The day after that, a missing sock from our laundry basket. Every single morning, Pickles delivered something new bottle caps, feathers, tiny toys, plastic spoons. Once he proudly dragged home an entire loaf of bread almost bigger than himself. Nobody knew where he got half the things, but every time he delivered a gift, he looked unbelievably proud, as if he had completed an important mission. Meanwhile, Max reacted like an excited parent watching his child succeed. Whenever Pickles arrived carrying something, Max barked happily and danced around him. The family started joking that Pickles had a full-time job. Even neighbors became curious. One elderly woman laughed and said, "That cat is paying rent." Soon Pickles became famous around the neighborhood. Kids waited near the gate every morning just to see what strange object he'd bring next. One time he carried sunglasses, another time, an entire pack of noodles, and somehow he always managed to walk proudly like a tiny businessman. But despite all the funny moments, you could tell Pickles truly loved his family, especially Max. Whenever Max felt sick, Pickles stayed beside him all day. And every night before sleeping, the two sat together near the window quietly watching the street outside, like best friends sharing stories. Then one morning, everything changed. I woke up and noticed Pickles sitting silently at the edge of my bed. No meowing, no dramatic entrance. And between his paws was a small velvet ring box. I froze. What is that? Pickles gently tapped the box with his paw. The entire family panicked. Saniya Nakuhayan. Immediately, we checked neighborhood social media groups, and within hours, we found the answer. A woman living several streets away had posted about losing her engagement ring while gardening. The ring had enormous sentimental value. The moment we contacted her, she burst into tears. She came to our house immediately, and when Pickles saw her, he calmly walked toward her. He rubbed against her legs like he already knew her. The woman cried while holding the ring tightly. "This cat is unbelievable," she whispered. From that day forward, Pickles became a neighborhood legend. People joked he was secretly a detective. Others called him Agent Pickles. But what touched everyone most wasn't the ring itself. It was the reason behind it. Making others smile became his favorite thing in the world. The woman later returned with a thank you gift for Pickles and Max, a giant basket filled with treats, toys, and custom name tags. Max immediately stole half the treats. Pickles sat proudly inside the basket like a king accepting rewards from loyal citizens. And honestly, That tiny orange cat taught everyone something important. Love doesn't always arrive in grand ways. Sometimes love looks like a muddy leaf left at your front door. Sometimes it looks like a loyal dog waiting for his best friend every morning. If this story made you smile, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, sometimes the smallest gifts carry the biggest love.